It's another week of the Pick-a-Pet with the McDonough County Animal Shelter, and we have Bonnie and Izzy here with Trixie.
Hi. Want to say hi, Trixie?
So, Trixie, or I guess Izzy is Trixie's foster.
Yes.
So, what kind of dog is Trixie, and how old is she?
She is, we think, about a year. She's super affectionate. She has that pit bull personality of she always wants to be near you. She loves a good squeaky toy. And she loves to go outside and run around with my dog. They have a grand old time chasing each other with sticks.
We think she either has husky or maybe Aussie in her too with the blue eye.
Yeah.
You got something going on, don't you? Yeah.
She's a great girl. She's super smart. She knows her name. She knows sit. She knows recall. She's looking for a home for Christmas.
So you said she's good around your dog.
Mm-hmm.
Has she been around like kids or other animals?
She has not been around kids to my knowledge. She has met horses and cattle and has a healthy respect for them, which is a good thing. She stays out of their path and she doesn't really show any interest in trying to chase them or anything. She has met cats and she shows interest in them, but so far from what I can tell, it seems to be more of a curious of like, what are you, and not like a chasing.
Yeah, I know that's what my pit bull is like. She's very, very curious to the cats, but the cats don't want anything to do with her.
Yeah, I don't know if she's seen a cat before, so I think it's more of a trying to figure it out. She's just a very curious dog altogether, so just trying to figure everything out. Testing boundaries, but that's part of being a puppy still. And we're just learning and figuring life out.
So I'm curious kind of how the fostering works. Does she have any medical issues or
no? So I applied to be a foster at the shelter. They have a foster application.
Okay.
And then they paired me with, she's my second foster, and so they have just kind of paired me with the dogs that seemed like they would be the best fit to get along with me and my dog, as well as ones that could be out of the shelter the most. So she'd been in there for maybe about 6 months, and then they had me foster her just to try and get her some more exposure. She's a great girl. She's also very active, so she would love like a walking buddy for sure.
Yeah, she's really curious too.
Yes.
So
yes, she
definitely on the exploration side.
Very much so. She's starting to, I don't know what she's doing. Come here.
I got a shelf back here with some equipment on it. She's looking under it.
Come here.
Yeah, getting the dogs out of the shelter into a foster home is just so beneficial for them. They understand what it's like to be in a home if they haven't really had much experience before, and
Sit.
get that extra special attention.
Yeah, because if they're in a shelter for too long, that does get kind of stressful to them.
Yes, it does. Yeah. I mean, she would go out in the morning at the shelter and play with another female usually and run around, but getting 30 minutes out in the morning isn't quite the same as being in the home and having a canine companion and just knowing how to be a dog in a home situation.
Yeah, she's crate trained. Since she still is that puppy, she still has a lot of that puppiness. She's trying to become a bit of a thief, especially with stuff like socks. So she is crate trained, so she's in a crate when I'm at work. But when I'm home and overnight, she is out of the crate. She can do her own thing. She's quite the snuggler too. She loves to sleep in bed with you.
And I think you sent a picture once of her cuddled up in a bed with your dog.
Oh yeah. Her and Charlie are like two peas in a pod when they go to sleep.
Is she a pillow hog?
No, actually, she'll curl up just kind of like by my shoulder, and on like her side of the bed, and she won't move all night.
That's not food, sweetie.
My other dog is quite the pillow hog, but she does not.
So, we went over kind of her temperament and what she likes to do. So you said she likes squeak toys.
Oh, yeah.
Does she play with much other toys or?
She loves a good like the bone chews. Those are always good, and tennis balls. She loves like the hard, not the felt ones, but like the hard tennis balls. Those are fun. But yeah, her favorite is the squeakies. Her and Charlie, my dog, have destroyed quite this amount of squeaky toys lately. She has a grand time.
Is she one of the dogs that will get a new toy just to get the squeaker out of it and then just be done with it?
Yeah. Well, she'll hold on to him for a while, and then she'll be like, okay, now I really want the squeaky toy.
She's a smart girl.
Yes, she's very
good.
smart. A little too smart sometimes. Yeah. You're okay.
So, do you guys have any other foster dogs that are...
Lars Gossel has 4 for us right now.
Okay.
I think 4 or 5. And then Lauren Dimmitt has one that she's keeping for
Okay.
us, who's on a horse stable situation.
Okay.
She's doing great there too. And that's it right now.
And do you guys have, moving on to the animal shelter, do you guys have any events coming up?
Actually, our next event, which is our big event, is Casino Night.
Okay.
And that's March 1st. And that's solely to raise money for the new animal shelter.
Okay.
Which, again, is so sorely needed.
What's the goal that you guys want to raise?
It's hard to say because until you start building and have concrete plans, we started out saying 1 million, but things have gone up since we first started. So
Everything costs money.
doubling that, I think. We're close to 1 million right now.
Okay.
What we've raised. So I'm feeling that we can really get started and do a push. Last 2 casino nights that we've had over the last couple of years have raised over 100,000.
Okay.
For us. And so we're well on the way of doing that again. That's at Park Place, and casino equipment is brought in, and it's a good time. People really enjoy it.
Sounds like hopefully 2025 is the year to do it.
To really do it.
So, and then along the lines of Christmas, the holidays, do you guys have any specials on adoption rates, or what are the rates for cats and dogs?
Well, cats have gone up to $50.
Okay.
Generally, we're $40, but now with the having to have your cat registered, as well at the county, with the county, it's $50. If you live outside McDonough County, it would be $40 for the cats still. We had a fall black dog special because we had so many black dogs in October and November, and Trixie would be still under that special where they're half price. So instead of $130 or $140, she'd be $72, I think, is what it would be now. So yeah, she's, and those costs cover the cost of spay, neuter, the vaccinations, the microchip, and license if you're in McDonough County.
All the stuff you need.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good deal.
Yeah, I think so. With the registering of cats, is that just McDonough County, or is that the whole state in each specific
state
county?
Law, and it's just depends upon the county whether they really work to enforce it or not. And this is the first year that McDonough County's decided, yeah, people are going to put that in the letter that you get when you get your dog notice that you need to get registered, and it's in there too for the cat.
And it really does help, especially tracking them down and tracking their owners down, I'm sure.
You're okay.
And then that supports the spay-neuter fund that the county has, so it's for a good cause.
So, I think Trixie, she might have something to say.
She says, I love water. I like playing
Yes.
in water.
She's a big fan of water, we discovered. Puddles, ditches. She would get the zoomies and just sprint back and forth. She was a huge fan of the snow. She had an absolute blast in the snow we got a couple weeks ago.
So you're a good outdoor girl, aren't
Oh,
you?
Yeah, my blue heelers hate snow. They love water, hate snow.
Huh.
I think she would be the perfect companion to help build a snowman or make a snow angel.
Perfect.
I'm pretty sure she'd be a great kid dog.
Now, does she like to dress up? Does she wear coats and?
I have not put a coat on her yet. It hasn't been cold enough for long enough. No, she wears a bandana, no problem. But I have bought her a coat, but I haven't put it on her yet to see how it goes. I imagine she'll be too busy. Oh,
Okay.
apparently we're gonna show off.
That works for me.
I think she'd be too busy with everything else in life to really focus on the coat.
Yeah, she
That's my
seems to
thinking.
be more curious about everything else. But yeah, so is she still half price then?
Yes, she
Okay.
is still. She was one of the dogs that were included in that class.
That's even more incentive
Yeah.
for you to come and or fill out an application and hopefully.
And she is already spayed too. So if someone was interested in her, she is already spayed, so they wouldn't have to worry about that recovery time.
She's ready to go.
Yeah. And she is pretty housebroken.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we have not had an accident in like 2 weeks. So I say she's pretty darn close to being housebroken.
And I'm sure there's going to be some adjustment period,
yeah,
but
yeah.
once you get her home, she'll be
Once
cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, figure out the routine and get a schedule going.
Oh, yeah.
and-
But yeah,
She's smart, so she'll settle in and figure it out pretty quickly, I think.
yeah, definitely fill out an application and adopt Trixie or any other one of the dogs that they have, or any cats or multiple. I'm sure they wouldn't mind if you took 2 or 3.
And if you want to meet Trixie and have some time with her, call the shelter and let them know, and Izzy would bring her
Yeah.
to the shelter or somewhere to.
Yeah, the
have a
shelter
meet
will
and
get
greet.
in contact with me to schedule a.
Yeah, and if you have another dog, you can always schedule that meet time at
Oh,
the
yeah.
shelter and
Thank
make
you.
sure they can acclimate to each other.
No. Or don't hate each other anymore.
Yeah. That's true. It's definitely some adjustment period. But yeah. In the meantime, go play with some dogs and cats. But until next week, that's this week's edition of Pick a Pet.